We know that diet is the cornerstone of health. But if this is the case, why do we still struggle so much with what diet to recommend? It turns out that this is due to a few reasons. One, it's really challenging to do good research on nutrition. And number two, we've had to change our point of view on how we view diets over time, and that takes a while to overcome. For example, when the government first started to learn about nutrition, it was initially in the context of malnutrition and nutrient deficiencies. So from there, single nutrient policies were enacted to help eliminate disease caused by nutritional deficiencies. This was a remarkable advancement, but we continue with that attitude until the last few years really, and even struggle with it sometimes today, as you'll find plenty of people who state that certain macronutrients are the only thing that matter. However, now we have a problem with excess consumption, and we're now realizing that our diet affects so much more than just cardiometabolic risk factors like lipid levels. In fact, we now know that diet can impact blood pressure, liver fat synthesis, inflammation, satiety, vascular health, and so many things. So with this new understanding of what diet can affect, we really should approach our nutrition from a different lens. One where we focus on dietary patterns and specific foods, not just individual nutrients. Overall, evidence-informed beneficial dietary patterns share several key characteristics, including eating more fruits, nuts and seeds, non-starchy vegetables, legumes, whole grains, yogurt, vegetable fats, and fewer red meats, processed meats, refined grains, starches, and added sugars. Dietary patterns like this will then in turn lead to a diet higher in fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, phenols, unsaturated fats, and should lower glycemic load as well. Another important idea of focusing on dietary pattern instead of specific nutrients is that this can facilitate a more personalized approach, which may in turn lead to a better adherence, which is by far and away the most important aspect of a healthy diet. You can eat the perfect diet, but if you hate it or can't stick to it, then you won't be on it long enough to get the intended benefits. In medicine, we often talk about the term harm reduction, meaning that even if we choose something that isn't optimal, we can still help patients make choices that lower their risk by finding a sustainable solution that may not be perfect, but would be a lot better than if nothing was done at all. In a similar fashion, we're learning much more about energy balance, obesity, and weight loss. And we're learning it is much more nuanced and complicated than the traditional calories in, calories out information that we're used to hearing. Before I hear someone yell at me and say, "Jordan, it's simple math. Calories out must be more than calories in to lose weight," I'll stop you right there and concede the point that the laws of thermodynamics indeed still ring true when it comes to weight loss. But my point is that the framework for calories in versus calories out should no longer be our go-to mental model. Instead, we should focus and try to keep our mind that yes, ultimately we'll need to expend more calories than we take in, but we should also recognize that there are numerous psychological and hormonal signals going on in our brain that make this whole process and adherence really a huge challenge. Overall, this article serves more as a conversational piece rather than a be-all, end-all article, but it goes into fantastic depth about the history of nutritional research and where we still have to improve. I think the future of nutrition is personalized, and every person may have a different dietary pattern that works for them. However, more often than not, health-promoting diets will still share a lot in common. If you found this helpful, we'd love if you gave it a like, shared it, or had a comment. We really appreciate your time here. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you next time.